Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing well out there. And today we're going to head back to TV mini-series territory. But before we do that, do me a favor, like, comment, and subscribe. Join me here. I greatly would appreciate that. Also, shameless plug as always for my TeePublic page. I'll leave a link in the description box below. And today we're going to talk about another Peter Benchley adaptation. This one is The Beast. The Beast debuted in May of 1996 on NBC over 2 nights. And for this film, the director was Jeff Bleckner. And in this film, we got a nice little cast here. I'm only going to talk about 3 of the cast members. But there's other notable character actors in this miniseries. The big one is William Peterson, plays Whip Dalton. He's a fisherman in his small community, coastal community. We have Ronald Gutman playing an ocean biologist. And he was in The Red Hunt for Red October and many other things. You've seen this guy pop up in a bunch of stuff. And Larry Drake, Dr. Giggles himself, plays Lucas. He's another fisherman in this small fishing community. And basically, this has basically the same plot as Jaws, only with a giant squid is the heel here, or the bad guy, or the evil entity, or the nature run amok thing. It's a giant squid. As a matter of fact, 2 giant squids. And basically, this giant squid, this fishing community is running into a drought with fish. They're having a hard time catching fish. Whip and his partner are out there, and they're not coming in with very much. Other fishermen are talking about how they're having a rough go of it. And pretty soon, the source of that rears its head in the form of a giant squid. Giant squid starts killing people, gets the attention of Ronald Gutman's character. He comes in with his protege and this other investor that runs this ocean park in Texas, and they want to catch. They killed the first squid, which they find out is the baby squid, but they didn't know that at the time. Mama squid's still out there, and it's even way bigger, and they want to trap it and put it in captivity. Remind you of Jaws 3, anybody? Because I never read the novel, so I don't know what this borrowed from, but all this stuff sounds very familiar with aquatic horror. And, a bunch of people get killed, and the only people to make it off Whip's boat at the end is Whip and this woman who works for the Coast Guard that Whip is sweet on, and that's the end of The Beast. What to like about this film? Well, William Peterson. I like William Peterson as an actor. I loved him in Manhunter. I loved him in To Live and Die in L.A., in Fear. Anytime William Peterson pops up in a movie, he's great. And I know he was on CSI forever. And this was around that time he was on CSI, and he decided to do a TV miniseries. And I always liked William Peterson as an actor. So, and Larry Drake's fun here is kind of like this sleazy kind of fisherman. Although he's not, he's just willing to do a lot of shady shit for money. And, the squid itself is practical for the most part. There's one really bad effect shot in the movie that looks awful. And I remember watching this upon initial airing back in 96. This is the time period, 80s and 90s miniseries, like a TV miniseries like this was a huge deal. And I couldn't wait to tune in because it was a feature, nature run amok kind of story. And I would stay up past my bedtime on a school night to watch it. And, I remember watching it back then. I have not seen it since 96. And there's this one effect shot where the squid they killed, they're holding it in this tidal pool surrounded with concrete. And the mama squid comes up and it shows it in a wide shot. And it looks awful. Like, this is like really cheesy sci-fi movie. This is 96, so the CGI, it looked like they used CGI, like very rough looking CGI. That effect shot is garbage, but the squid itself, at times it looks okay. It's not shot the greatest. This movie's not the best directed. Creature, the one I talked about before this one, that Peter Benchley with Craig T. Nelson, was better directed than this. The directing's a little flat, and the suspense isn't there. The ending battle with the squid's probably the best part of the movie on Whip's boat, and other than that, it's okay. It's serviceable creature feature, but there's no suspense here really, and some of the effects just don't come off that well. If it wasn't for William Peterson and some of the other, like Larry Drake in that, this movie wouldn't work as well as it does. And the effects I thought were pulled off better in Creature than it was here. This was shot up in Vancouver. I don't know who did the effects on the squid. Again, when it's practical, it just looks like a practical prop, but at least it's there. The CGI shot looks awful. the story, there's a lot of padding here. Now, this would make a good remake in a theatrical film, like a less than 2 hour theatrical film. This could really be something, but as a TV miniseries, they drag it out. I mean, there's scenes that go on way too long than they have to. There's some pointless conversations, and honestly, the ending, I mean, Peter Benchley, I don't know if he wrote, I don't know if this was in the book or not, so forgive me, I didn't read the book, but the ending, the way they kill the squid is right out of Jaws. They blow it up. They set it on fire and they blow it up. And the Jaws ending, folks. So, there's a lot of been there, done that with this film, even back in 96, although I remember enjoying it a lot more back in 96. And still, it's not an awful film. It just doesn't hold up that well. Had a budget of $12 million, and Sam Raimi was considered to direct this film. Now, if Sam Raimi would have directed this film, it would have looked a lot different and would have been handled a lot better, obviously. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. I had fun rewatching it. I bought it on a DVD. Actually, I'll show you. It's available on DVD only. There's no Blu-ray out. It is streaming on Amazon Prime, but I don't know if you have to pay for it. You might be able to find it somewhere else for free. It might be on YouTube for free. I don't know. You'd have to check it out. But yeah, at the end of the day, I would give The Beast a 6 out of 10. A 6 out of 10 for The Beast. I had fun rewatching it, but definitely has issues. It's not, it has a lot of issues. But yeah, 6 out of 10 for The Beast. Have you ever seen this one? Have you ever even heard of it? Leave a comment down below. Let me know. Hit the thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button. Share this video. I greatly would appreciate that. I'll be back with one more TV miniseries. Well, maybe two, because I'll probably do the second part of it. But V is coming up. But until then, bye.